So, tarot, this video is gonna end the last video and start a new one. Okay, so I forgot what I was saying. Yeah, so you're gonna block what is supposed to be happening to you. You know, that is a thing. I recently had to have this conversation with my son because he got a reading this past earlier this year, and he was just obsessing about all these things that he was told, and a lot of the things were accurate and they did come to pass, and then some of these things didn't work out the way he was told they were going to work out. And especially when your reading involves another person, we have no control over what that person's going to do, or how that person's life is going to change, or what's going to happen to that person. The way we see things, or the way it's told in the cards right now, can change. Things change. So it may not always work out the way it was told to you. And that's something you have to go in understanding. And it's not because, oh, they don't know what they're talking about. It's just, it probably just changed. Or you were probably obsessing about it so much that you missed the opportunity over here because you were looking over here. So I hope that makes sense. Just be realistic about it. Just go in open and accepting. Take what they give you and listen. It's a tool. It's advice. It is to help you. It is not law. It is not set in stone. Nothing is set in stone. Anything can change. So whatever they tell you is going to happen in 3 months, it may not happen the way they say it's going to happen. It may be tweaked. It may change. So those are things you need to think about when getting a reading. I hope this has been helpful. I'm going to pause this and I'm going to start a new video on my new products that are out. So let me stop it here and pause it, and then I'm gonna get a few things and then I will start again. Okay, so I just added a couple of things to my Etsy shop, and let's see what I added. These are fixed 6-inch candles. This one particularly is green. It's green for money, for luck and money. There's a few different ones. There's pink, there's red, and green right now. I will be adding more maybe tonight. These are fixed. I have these 6 inches, and then I have the smaller ones that are 4 inches. This is 4. See the 4 and 6. So these are to be used, they can be used alone, or they can be used with any other spell work you are doing, rituals or spells, whatever. So they can be, these are the ones that I use for the group rituals, is the 4-inch, and then I usually have a 6-inch in the center in the rituals. So they're fixed. Now the difference is, because they're fixed and there's herbs and all kinds of good stuff on them, I sealed them with a layer of wax to keep the herbs on them. So they do look different than what you may see in the group rituals. But so yeah, so how to use them. So you would use them in your spell work or your rituals or whatever. So what you would do is, I have a plate here. Now, depending on what you're doing, do however you do your things. But for these, you're going to want to stand them up. And what I do I don't want to light this because this is the cell. But if you're going to freestand them and not put them in anything, the best way to do it is to light the bottom and get it nice and melted, and then you're gonna stick it on your plate, and then it will stand up on its own, and then you can light it and do however you're gonna do it, and then you light your candle and it's all ready to go, set to go. Same thing with this. Now you can get holders, you can put them in holders. Let me see if I have anything. Brujo just recently cleaned off his altar, so I can't find his little chime holder. So I don't know if you guys have noticed in our group rituals that we've been using these little things to hold our candles, and they work really well. They fit right in there securely, and so that way they don't fall over. So yeah, I recommend these. They work great. Or sometimes if they're not going to fit in something that you have, you can also melt it down around it so it fits in better, because these are going to be wider with all the wax, so you can just melt it down a little bit so it fits into whatever you're trying to put it in. But the freestanding does work as well. But if you're going to freestand any candles and melt it and stand it alone, you need to be there watching them. And you need to make sure whatever you put them on is metal or glass. Don't put them on plastic, please. So that is how you would do that. Again, if you have any questions, you can always DM me in Instagram. That is the best way to get a hold of me, where I will get back to you as soon as possible. So that's what I have new right now. Like I said, I'm gonna start adding some more, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow, some different colors. The other thing I wanted to go on about as well is everybody's getting their orders right now, their Etsy orders that they put in the last couple of weeks, and I did do a shipment last week, so everybody's getting their stuff, which is pretty exciting. So if you have questions about how to use any of your products and I don't answer those questions in any of the videos, you can please DM me. I will be happy to answer your questions. I want to make sure you guys are using it right. I just wanted to go over one more thing with you guys for the fixed visual candles. Let me grab a pen. Okay, so I'm just gonna do like an example of how I would do these candles real quick. Let's see if I can set this up right. Okay, so I'm gonna use, this is the Evil Eye protection candle that I'm going to use. I really like these ones, but I'm gonna use it, like I'm gonna do it for reals, like if I'm, you know, really, like if I'm you guys. So the first thing you're gonna do is you're gonna get your candle, and it came all wrapped up, and say you are ready to get down to business and get your candle going. So the first thing you need to do is get your chopstick or a pen or anything pointy, and you're going to move all those herbs away from the wick. Okay, just move them all to the sides so it's far from the wick. Okay, now like I had said in the other video, if you want to cleanse your candle, you can cleanse your candle. You can put Florida water on it, you can sage it, you could use Palo Santo, whatever you do, whatever is your thing. You can cleanse the glass, cleanse inside. Let me show you how to do that too. Hold on. Okay, I'm gonna be honest with you. I am not a big sage user. It's not my favorite thing. I rather use Palo Santo and Florida water. But Brujo had this already out, so I'm gonna use this. This is Dragon Blood's sage, white sage with dragon's blood. So you would get your candle, and you can do this to anything. You can do it to whatever you're using. You get your sage. And now while I'm doing this, I'm thinking about cleansing it, removing any negativity, removing anything that is evil, bad, negative, cleansing it, clearing it from my space. You may also want to cleanse yourself. If you're going to cleanse yourself, which you should do before you do anything, any rituals, we don't show this, but before Brujo and I do any rituals, we cleanse ourselves. He does it. It's his job. So he does himself, and then he does me. You start from your head, and you work your way down. You get your body. You work your way down. You work your way down. He usually gets the back of me too. You just kind of just try to get everywhere. So yeah. So then you'll cleanse your whatever you're working on, and always have those intentions of cleansing, cleaning, removing anything bad, anything stress, worries, fear, all that stuff. Just you're removing it, and you're cleansing it, and you're bringing in good things, happy things, beautiful things, love, clarity, peace, all of that. Okay? All right, so you cleanse that. You can do it to your candles that stand up straight. You can do it to anything. Now, because I'm not a huge sage user, I'm going to show you how I do with the Florida water. Yeah. Okay. So I know this doesn't have a label on it, but it's Florida water. It's my Florida water. Okay, so the other way you can do it, and this is what I do to all the candles that I do for you guys, the visual candle services, I spray down everything with Florida water because I prefer it. Spray myself too. Okay, so you're gonna cleanse that. Either way, you don't have to do both. And now you're going to prep your stuff, okay? So now, this is how I do it. You don't have to do it this way. This is my method. There's plenty of different methods and different ways. This is what I do. Partly, one of the main reasons why I do it this way is because when I'm doing services for you guys, I usually have a bunch. And so I want to make sure everybody is with what they need to be and who it needs to be for. But that's not the only reason. Yeah, one of the main reasons is if you have a target, then this needs to be done. This is not really the Sharpie I would use normally, but because this is a protection candle, evil eye candle, I am wanting to bring in protection, but I'm also wanting to get rid of negativity, so there's a dilemma. But mostly I'm wanting to get rid of negativity, get rid of the evil eye, get rid of, you know, any harm, any ill wishes, anyone who's wishing any type of harm on me or my family. So I'm going to write it up because I want to push all that away, okay? Now, if I was just doing protection, I would write it down because I'm bringing it in. So that means for anything you're doing, if it's love, you want to bring love in, you're going to write it down. If you have a target, you're going to write their name down. If you are wanting to bring in money, bring in whatever, you're going to write it down. If you're wanting to get rid of anything, you're going to write it up. Okay, so I'm wanting to get rid, so I would write my name. Or if you are wanting to get rid of someone specifically in your life that is bothering you or is just not good, you just want them away, then you would write their name up. Okay, but since this is a protection evil eye and it's just for me and my family, I'm not going to write anything. I know who it's for, and it's not a target, so I'm not going to write anything, but I just wanted to show that to you as an example. Okay, the next thing is a petition. So I have parchment paper. That is what I use for you guys, but I know not everybody has parchment paper. So you can use anything. It's fine. You can use whatever paper you have. Or you can use brown paper bag and tear it, and you can write on that. So whatever your candle is for, and just a warning, I have really bad penmanship, so I'm just gonna write on here. Let's see, I don't think this will go down anymore. Okay, so I'm gonna write I am protected completely from all harm, ill intentions, and negativity from anyone who wishes them on me. So you get the gist of it. So you're going to write down your petition, right? So whether it's, if you're doing a love candle, then you're you can always also go to my Instagram on my profile page. You can look under the highlights and it says 101 petitions, or petitions 101, and there's examples of how to write a petition. These are how I write petitions. You don't have to do it this way. You don't have to do anything the way I do it. Just use it as a guide. However you feel you need to get it out on paper. Now, I feel it's important to do it this way on paper because, for one, it's old school way, and you know, some things I like to hold on to with the old school methods, but also because it gives you a chance to think about it. It gives you a chance to really think about what you are needing, what you're wanting, or what you need to get rid of, or whatever your goals. It's like you're already putting that into the universe. You're already manifesting it as you're writing it. So that's why I like for you guys to write petitions for services too. Then after you're done with your petition, if you have a target, okay, so say this was a sweetening work, okay, say this was a sweetening work for the guy that you like, that he likes you, but you guys aren't actually like together, but he likes you and you're just wanting the next move, right? So you'll write his name. Let's name him Joe Blow. So you're gonna write his name 9 times. Okay, so Joe Blow 9 times. Why 9? Because it's a power sacred number. It is the number of all numbers. So you're gonna write it 9 times, pretend like I wrote it 9 times. Okay, so then Joe Blow, but write it 9 times. Then when you are wanting to bring something to you, you're gonna turn it counterclockwise. Okay, you're gonna, yeah, no, you're gonna turn it clockwise. Yes, forward. So then you're gonna write what you're wanting. Just one simple line, like, bring Joe Blow's love to me. Okay, so you're gonna write that 9 times. So now you have your petition and you have your name 9 times. And since you're wanting to bring Joe Blow to you, you're gonna fold it to you once, turn it, fold it. There you go. So this is ready to go. Now you are going to light your candle. So your candle's all ready, it's all fixed, it's all ready to go. Now, because I've moved it so much, I've moved all the herbs and stuff. So now I'm gonna move them all back. Okay, so all the herbs are away from the wick. And now I'm gonna light my candle. Oh, one more thing. This is a secret. I don't tell anybody this, but now I'm telling you all this. One of the things I like to do before I light the candle is, one, I hold it and I put all my intentions into it. I think about everything I just wrote. I think about everything I need, everything I want, and I hold it and I'm putting that energy into it and I'm putting those intentions into it and I'm thinking about it. I'm asking my guides, I'm asking my ancestors, I'm asking spirit, I'm asking whoever that I work with, which is usually Santa Muerte, but whoever you work with, I'm asking all of them to help me, to bring this to me, to protect me, whatever your candle's for. I'm asking this, and then this is the big secret. I give it life. I blow life into it. Okay? So now I've done all that, and I'm ready to go. So already we've got a nice burn. Now after you light your candle, you can sit and admire it, you can keep putting intentions into it, you can keep thinking about the things that you are requesting, but I also want you to be watching it. Watching that these herbs don't catch fire, because like I've said before, it is a fire hazard. I know it looks so mystical and so cool when all the herbs are on fire and it looks super powerful, but really it's just a fire hazard, so just avoid it if you can. Now if your herbs do catch fire, you should be right around it watching it, and then you're just going to put them out. So I'm just going to light one on fire for you guys to give you an example. Now it doesn't want to light on fire. There we go. Maybe. Now all of a sudden you don't want to light on fire. Great. Okay, there we go. Okay, so now I'm going to move them away and put them out. Just move it away. And you know what else too? You get these herbs on fire and sometimes they don't smell too great. And they create a bunch of smoke and your alarms are going to go off. So it's just better to watch it and make sure that it doesn't happen. Now, so now you can end your ritual however you do it, however, whatever you need to do, you can end it. But just make sure for the first like hour, 2 hours, you are around this candle, that you have it in eye view, and make sure everything's burning fine. Eventually you're going to get melted wax, and eventually these herbs are going to fall into the wax, and it's not going to be an issue, and everything will be fine. Now, if you need to put this candle out, I would wait. Like, when you're doing your ritual, make sure you have time. Make sure you have a couple hours that you're going to be home and that you will be able to watch it. But say it's been a couple hours and now you have to leave, so you're going to put it out. Always snuff your candle out, and use glass, use metal, and snuff it out. Okay, do not blow it out. Never blow it out. And here's why. Because sometimes you're in a hurry, you're not thinking, and maybe you're in a bad mood, maybe you're upset, maybe something is going on, and you blow into it, and now you have put that energy into your candle. After you just did all this work, now you've put bad energy into your candle. So it's just better that you snuff it out. And that's it. And then whenever you're ready to relight it, you'll relight it. Oh, one more thing too. One more thing that I forgot is your petition. Let's light it again though. Your petition is going to go under your candle. Just like so. And it's going to go on your altar, wherever you need it to go. And that's it. You're good to go. You have done your ritual. Close it up. Say thank you to whoever you need to thank. And will it so? Let me see if you could get a good close-up on this. Where is it? Where's it at? I'm so dumb. Oh, there it is right there. Another note too that you need to understand is that when you first light your candles, it's absolutely normal for it to be a slow burn at first. After I do all your guys' candle services, the first initial burn, the first initial lighting is usually not all that huge. Sometimes it is, but sometimes it's just a slow, nice, low burn, and that's okay. I actually like it. It's doing what it needs to do. It's taking its time. It's getting all that energy going. It's figuring it all out. So it might be a slow burn until the next day. That's why I like to post candle checks the next day, because the next day that flame is usually nice and big and powerful. So you might see a better flame the next day. So don't worry. It's not a big deal. It's nothing. There's nothing wrong. Just put your trust into it, okay? And let it go. Don't obsess over it. Don't obsess over your petition. Don't obsess over whatever's going on. Let it go. You have done it, what you needed to do. Let the candle do what it needs to do. Go on about your life. Focus on positivity. Focus on doing better. Focus on being better. Whatever you're trying to bring in, that is your goal. Focus on that. Don't obsess about what's happening with the candle, or what the universe is doing, or just let it go. It's doing what it needs to do. If it's for you, it will be for you. If it's not, it'll unfold in a different way. And since I brought that up right now too, I want to talk about love candles. For those of you that have followed me for a while, you guys know I do not like to do love work. It's not my favorite thing, especially X work. 9 out of 10 times I will say no to X work, to bring back an X. But if you are doing candles, sometimes I like to also swish it a little bit too, because you get that wax on the herbs, and the wax will kind of seal in the herbs better. This one looks really pretty. It's really glittery. I forgot that I put all that stuff in it. Okay, so anyways, sidetracked. Say you're doing love work on, if it's an ex, if you were broken up and you were trying to bring that ex back, and your candle, your spell work isn't working, and I'm not just talking about my stuff, I'm talking about anything you're doing, and it's not working, you're not seeing any progression from it, maybe it's because that person isn't for you, shouldn't be back with you, you shouldn't be with them, and maybe you need to work on other things and work on yourself. If you are trying to get a specific target to come to you, to be attracted to you, to love you, and that person isn't interested in you, don't expect them to be knocking on your door. If they don't like you, don't try to make them like you. If they're not interested in you, don't try to make them interested in you. You may see a little bit of something, you may see a little bit of improvement, or maybe they're coming around a little bit, but if that person's not for you, it's not going to last. It's not, it might just be a little bit, or like, they might come around a little bit, but don't expect them to stay if they aren't truly in like with you or truly love you. So those are things to keep in mind. What is not for you won't be for you, period. What is for you will be for you. Sometimes we don't know what is right for us, but the universe does. So the universe will send you what you need and get rid of what you don't need. That's how it works. And I know sometimes it's painful and it hurts and it sucks because you really like somebody and that person doesn't feel the same. Do you want to make them? Do you want to force it? Because that's not real. That's not real. No. Work on yourself. The right person will come along. I promise. I have been through it all. I have been through everything. And it's still hard. And it's still not bliss. You know, you get into relationships and you get into your patterns and your routines, and you know, you love them, they love you, but is it all, you know, novella romance novels all the time? No, it's not. It's life, you know. So sometimes you need to be realistic. But anyways, I hope this has helped you. I'm gonna try to do one more video on altars. So yeah, so stay tuned for that.